Good morning. I hope you're well. I hope you're already focused on Jesus. We're in Matthew chapter 5, listening to the words of Jesus, which are called the Sermon on the Mount. But really, it's Jesus on the Mount. It's about Jesus being the final word in our lives. He said, "You've heard it said of old, but I say unto you." And we're walking through Matthew chapter 5, where we begin in poverty of spirit until we finally get to pure joy, and this is in our inner life. Then we become salt and light, and that's our influence in the culture where we live. And then he takes our history and puts it into his biography, and he takes all of our best dreams and makes them come true in him. And then he calls on us to live the new morality, the new circumference of love. We live from the center of his love, which is in us, until the circumference of love is clearly manifested in our behavior. And we're watching as Jesus establishes this new circumference of love. And we're seeing how that he sets a brand new standard. And the only way this standard can be met is by his power within us as perfect love. As we have contact with his perfect love in us each day, he can sustain this circumference of love. And he gives us this word in verse 25 of Matthew chapter 5. Agree with your adversary quickly while you're on the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown into prison. Assuredly, I say to you, you will by no means get out of there till you have paid the last penny. You will not get out of there until you've paid the last penny. There are different systems at work in this world. There are different paradigms in this world. And the most popular paradigm among people who do not know Jesus, and even among people who do know Jesus, is the paradigm that says, I value being right above everything else. And so we throw ourselves into a conflict, and we find ourselves with an adversary, someone who doesn't agree with us, and someone who feels we have done them wrong or are going to do them wrong. And so we are on our way heading into a system of justice. And the goal of that system of justice is to establish who is right and who is wrong, and who owes what and how it's going to be paid. Once we throw ourselves into that system, we have to understand this, that we can choose the system, but once we choose the system, we do not control it. It controls us. And Jesus is making it clear. If you find yourself on the way with someone who is against you, and you're heading toward this system of human justice where someone is going to rule about who owes what and who is right and who is wrong, remember this, that you're giving yourself to the system. It's not about your adversary anymore. The system is now going to take control. And Jesus is saying that the system of who is right and who is wrong is not the system that really rules the universe. The system that rules the universe is not who is right and who is wrong, but who loves. And that's why he says to us that we are to agree with our adversary quickly so that we don't go into the wrong system. The system that actually rules the universe is the system that Jesus revealed, which is reconciliation. It is the spirit of Christianity to reconcile. It is the spirit of Jesus to forgive. And when I find myself moving toward this system of right and wrong, I must reject it, and I must choose Jesus above that system. This is a tough one for me. I like to be right, and I like to have power, and I like to know that I'm going to get what I deserve. But Jesus calls on me to make peace. I pray that you would make peace, and you would live these words of Jesus today. God bless you. Choose love. Don't go to court just to be right. Try to avoid it at all costs and make peace. Choose love, because love wins, and love is the true nature of the universe and the purpose of your life. God bless you. Love well today.